Salem shockwave. Stunning revelations, twisted obsessions, and devastation ahead in 2-week DOOL spoiler blitz. Salem. Just when the citizens of Salem thought they could catch their breath, Days of Our Lives is set to detonate a series of narrative bombshells over the next 2 weeks. In a special preview obtained by Soap Opera News, the upcoming episodes promise a relentless cocktail of stunning revelations, dangerous obsessions, heart-wrenching devastation, and choices so shocking they will redefine the canvas of this iconic drama. Buckle up, fans. The roller coaster is leaving the station. Stunning revelations. The truth explodes. Secrets have a short shelf life in Salem, and 2 major mysteries are about to expire in the most dramatic fashion possible. First, the long-simmering paternity question surrounding Jude Brady finally boils over. For weeks, the show has masterfully layered clues, but the truth is too delicious, and too devastating, to stay buried. An overheard conversation between Leo Stark and an unlikely ally will force the secret into the open during a family gathering meant for celebration. Expect a shattered Nicole Walker to face the ultimate betrayal as she learns that the man she trusted most has been weaving a web of lies for months. But the person who will feel the ground shift most violently, E.J. DiMera. When the reality of who Jude's father isn't collides with who it is, the DiMera mansion may need new walls. Simultaneously, the mystery of Lee Shin's final moments resurfaces. While many assumed his death was a closed case, a forgotten piece of evidence, a voice recording made in the seconds before his demise, will surface in the hands of a surprising character, Melinda Trask. The DA has been playing a long game, and her decision to reveal the recording's contents won't be for justice. It will be for pure, scorched earth leverage. Who does she target? Wendy Shin, who has just begun to find peace. The revelation will not only reopen old wounds but ignite a new war between the Shin and Brady families. Dangerous obsessions. Love turns lethal. Romance in Salem is rarely sweet. Often, it's a powder keg. And over the next 2 weeks, 2 characters will cross the line from passion into perilous fixation. Everett Lynch, formerly known as Bobby, has been walking a tightrope of sanity, but his obsession with Stephanie Johnson is about to snap the wire. What began as a desperate attempt to win her back has curdled into something far more sinister. In a sequence that echoes classic psychological thrillers, Everett will break into Stephanie's apartment, not to talk, but to stage an intimate scene from their past, complete with candles and her favorite music playing from a hidden speaker. The horror is in the detail. He doesn't see this as stalking. He sees it as romantic. When Chad DiMera arrives for a late-night check-in, the confrontation will turn violent, leaving one man bleeding on the floor and a terrified Stephanie holding a weapon she never wanted to touch. Meanwhile, Ava Vitale's obsession with revenge against Harris Michaels takes a dark turn. After failing to drive him out of town, she decides on a more permanent solution. But her plan to sabotage his new security detail backfires spectacularly when she accidentally drugs Trip Johnson instead. Forced to pivot, Ava makes a devil's bargain with an old business associate from her Venice days. The price? A favor that could put the entire Vitale family back in the crosshairs of the FBI. The question is, will Ava's obsession destroy her son before it ever reaches Harris? Devastation. An unthinkable loss. Soap operas know how to make you cry, but the next 2 weeks contain a loss so profound that the actors reportedly needed multiple takes to get through the scenes. The show is saying goodbye to a beloved character, not via a recast, not via a temporary exit, but through a tragedy that will leave a permanent scar on Salem's landscape. The victim, Marlena Evans' longtime friend and colleague, Dr. Kayla Johnson. In a shocking medical twist, a routine surgery to save a young car accident victim goes horribly wrong when a previously undetected aneurysm bursts. Despite Steve Patch Johnson's desperate pleas and Tripp's heroic efforts, Kayla slips away on the operating table. The devastation is not just in the death, but in the fallout. Steve blames himself for not insisting she take a vacation. Joey, flying in from California, arrives too late to say goodbye. But the most crushing moment comes when Stephanie has to identify her mother's personal effects, finding a birthday card Kayla had just written for her granddaughter, a card that will never be delivered. The funeral, set to take place in the town square, will bring together nearly every character on the canvas, including a rare appearance by Kimberly Brady, whose tearful eulogy will shatter even the hardest hearts. This is not a death for shock value. It is a death that will echo for years. Shocking choices. Crossroads that change everything. Amid the chaos, characters are forced to make decisions with no right answers. These are the moments that define days of our lives. Alex Kyriakis faces a moral abyss. After discovering that Teresa Donovan has been secretly siphoning funds from Basic Black, he has the evidence to send her to prison. But Teresa plays her trump card. She reveals that she is carrying Brady's child. If Alex exposes her, the scandal could destroy Brady's custody case for Tate. If he stays silent, he's an accessory. His choice? A shocking third option. He offers Teresa a deal to disappear voluntarily, taking a suitcase of hush money and never returning to Salem. She accepts, but as she heads to the airport, she makes one final, devastating phone call to Tate, telling him she's abandoning him for his own good. The look on the young man's face will be seared into memory. Then there's John Black. Following Kayla's death, John is approached by a mysterious figure from the pawn past, a man who claims to have the final key to restoring all of John's lost memories. But the catch is cruel. Retrieving that key requires John to betray Marlena's trust in a way he never has before. He must fake his own death at sea, leaving her to grieve him while he embarks on a Black Ops mission. As John stares at a photo of Doc, the camera lingers on his trembling hand. Does he choose the truth of his past, or the peace of his present? His decision will fuel the next 6 months of story. If the last 2 weeks of Days of Our Lives have felt like a slow simmer, the next 14 days are the rolling boil. From the shocking death of a core heroine to the terrifying escalation of romantic obsession, the show is honoring its past while lunging into a darker, more complex future. Head writer Ron Carlivati promises that no one is safe, and nothing is as it seems. For fans who love the classic soap format, cliffhangers, tears, betrayals, and the enduring hope of redemption, this is your reward.